You are now entering the Queenz Quarters. We are powerful, strong, and rulers in our own right. There's a queen in you. There's a queen in me. Every woman is a queen.
Hello, everyone. What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you so much for tuning in. You have just now entered the Queenz Quarters experience. Woo!
Welcome.
Welcome. And we are so happy to have you join us again. First, we want to say thank you so much for all the support that you guys have been showing us. We appreciate you. Don't forget to tell a friend to tune in every Wednesday at 6 p.m. All right. So let's get this show started, Queens. I'm going to start off with our roll call. If you're a regular, you know by now. If you are new, you're going to know in just a second. Hello, everyone. My name is Queen Lady B, and I am representing the Season 30s Club.
Hello, everyone. I'm Queen Emma, and I represent the 60s Club.
Hello, everyone. I am Queen T, representing the 50s Club.
Hello, I'm Queen Ty. I'm repping the 50s.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am Queen Tans, representing the 40s Club.
Hi, everyone. I'm Queen Jock, representing the early 40s.
Hey, y'all. I'm Queen Nye, representing the early 30s Club.
Hi, guys. I'm Queen Shay, and I'm representing the 20s Club.
And there you have it. That is the cast of Queenz Quarters, ladies and gents. Woo! All right, so today's topic, we will be discussing friendship hurt or just friendship in general. What does it mean to you? Is it important? Do you really not care if you have a close friend or not? Like, what does it mean? We're gonna share, each of us are gonna share our experiences in friendship. But before we dive into that juicy topic, we will now have our tea time with our Queen T. Queen T is on you.
Welcome back to Queen Tea Tea Time. So today we're going to have us a nice cup of hot green tea. Now, you know, green tea has a lot of health benefits. It improves the brain function. It lowers your blood sugar level. It stabilizes cholesterol levels. But there's one thing you did not know about green tea is that it encourages oral health. It lowers the chances of cavities and dental problems. So get you some green tea today and come in and let's see what's going on in Queenz Quarters.
All right. Thank you so much, Queen T. You heard it, guys. Go out, get your green tea, stay healthy, and stay with us. All right, Queen. So we want to start again. Today's topic is friendship hurt. Have you ladies ever experienced that? What is your take on it? It's on you, Queens.
Well, I'll start. I haven't really experienced friendship hurt, I can say. Majority of my experiences is males. I have all male friends, with the exception of that one right there, which is my bestie, my sister. But outside of that, I do have my best girlfriend too, that was later developed. You know how you later on in life, you don't think you can pick up a friend, but me and her became thick as thieves, like about the 20s, and been ride or die ever since. But she's like my only girlfriend, like good girlfriend. I have girlfriends, you know, we see each other, we talk, you know, we check on each other here and there, but besties and being in each other's life, I mean, my guys, we rock out, you know, like in college, we was in each other's weddings. I was in their weddings, standing on their side, you know, it was like that, you know, so I've had some really good relationships and bonding with males. And then like my girlfriends in my life, I've never had a girlfriend cross me. I never had a girlfriend. I don't know. I'm blessed in that, right? I never had a girlfriend. You know, me and my girlfriends, even if we had a disagreement about something, we moved on. Like we had that disagreement, then we moved on, and it was what it was. Just like me and my sister, it's about Lord knows, living together or something like that. That just wears it. Like in the middle of it, we like, okay, I had enough. I need a moment from you.
Right.
We can't talk for about maybe a few days, and then we back rolling out. So
Right.
but I can honestly say I've never fell out with somebody where we haven't talked for months and months. I did have a girlfriend that me and her was super tight from growing up, but then I had got married, and I don't know, it's like her and my ex-husband didn't really gel, and it posed a little something, but it just created distance. We still check on each other here and there. Our daughters dance at the same, at the same competitions and stuff. So I always run into her, and we always speak and everything. It's never no love lost, but it's just the nature of that friendship change. I definitely believe in you meet people for a reason, a season, and a lifetime.
Right.
That's
Are
good.
in your
That's really
life,
good.
for
Absolutely.
a season, and you got to respect that fact. And when it's time for that season to end, no love lost.
That's
It's time
right.
for that season to end. But then you meet people for a reason, and you got to know what that reason is. Because if you don't tackle that reason specifically, you're gonna go and meet that reason over and over and over and over again until you
Wow.
learn that lesson and you're ready to move forward. And then you got that lifetime. You know the people that's in your life for a lifetime, and that's just it. Y'all build, you're able to get over hurdles, y'all able to have that moment of combat, but then y'all able still to love one another, because disagreement should never bring you to a place of separation if there's true love there. So that's my experience.
That is funny you said that, because you have to get it in your head that maybe this friendship isn't meant to be like you thought it would be. I had a friendship as well, and I was going through that. Tansy, I would come to her like, you know what? I'm feeling like God is telling me that this should be it, because I done had so much hurt from that friendship. And I would, like, okay, like Tansy said, you get over it and then you come back together. And then, another hurt comes, and then you get over it and come back. So I have been dealing with this since we was friends since
Teenagers, like
teenagers.
kids.
Yeah. Since teenagers, we've done everything together. And I had to come to my adulthood. I had to come to realize that that friendship was toxic for me. And when you realize, we still speak to the day, but you have to realize when to let go. And I did that. And
Role, right?
right,
It become a new role in your life, not what you used to.
right.
A new
And
role.
like I said, we're still friends till today, but it's in we friendship in a different way.
Yeah.
So I very much understand that.
Yeah.
Nice. I can definitely relate to everything you ladies shared. Any other queens want to share about your friendship experiences?
I like to add that seasons. I think seasons are very important. I haven't experienced a lot of relationship hurt with friends, female friends. I have not, I haven't really experienced that a lot. But I noticed that as my life changed, my friendships changed. So I love the fact that you said seasons, because as I began to develop my relationship with God, the people, some of the people that I used to hang out with, places that we used to go that I don't, no longer go to those type of places, or things that we used to do together, I don't do anymore. So it's kind of like, that kind of broke that relationship up, because they might still be doing those things and I'm not. So now I just believe it was for a season and we move forward. But just like Tansy, as we grow and we become more mature, friendship, if it's a true friendship, it's gonna last. You can catch up with somebody that you haven't talked to in 6 months. Instead of them sitting there with an attitude like, girl, Queen, call me, and here she go calling, you're just gonna pick up where you left off and you're gonna keep it moving. So, as you mature, I think friendships get a little bit easier, but at the same time, it's like with seasons, I think that's so important. There's always a time for everything.
So true.
I'm sorry, Lady B.
No, I was just agreeing.
Queen T, I thank you for saying that, because a lot of us, as you grow in life, A lot of you want to just take everybody along with you in each area at each point, and you're like, no, we've been here for so long,
Right.
but now God is opening another door, and you're taking a step, and it ain't meant for everybody to go.
To go with you. That's right.
Not meant for everybody to go. But that's where we got to be at peace to say, you know what? I'm not fighting. You know, when things start to show up and things start to happen, it's signs that something is coming.
That's
know,
right.
and if you're able to get over that hump, you know the nature of that friendship. If you're not able to get over that hump, we know what it is. Like it's not a complex thing. It's very simple, but we just got to be ready to see it for what it is.
I believe that sometimes it's hard to follow or see the signs. When you know that when you just thinking that your friendship is just going through a little hurdle or whatever, but it's signs that God shows you that this is the end of this era. So I think it's just hard for some people to follow signs, or they just don't know when them signs are coming up.
Could it be that you don't know that someone has actually changed? Maybe you haven't changed, and the friendship is the same for you, but you don't know maybe that person has changed.
Well, I don't know. I think this, when God elevates you in your life, I think you're changing. So you don't do the same things you used to do or go to the same places you used to go. So when you kind of like step away from that life, you're sort of changing, and your relationship is not the same as it was. Like, you're not familiar with what you used to do anymore. So I think by God elevating you to the next level, I think you're the one that's changing.
I agree. You are changing, but what if the love that you have for that person is not changing? Like you don't be with them all the time, but you still care for them. They're still your friend. So your love hasn't changed for them, but their love is changing for you, because they're like, girl, we used to roll, we ain't rolling no more. What's good? So they don't understand your life change.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by that.
That's true.
Absolutely.
But if they're your friend, they have watched you grow, they have seen you mature, they recognize that you are going in different directions, and in my opinion, and a true friend, they still love you from a distance. Like you're not doing the same things no more. It doesn't mean that you don't call each other and hey, let's go have lunch or something like that. It don't mean that when it's time to go to the club, they like, no, I'm not going to call Emma because she ain't doing no clubbing now, that kind of stuff. Not because I'm too old, just that I don't do that no more.
How old is too old? How old is too old not to be in the club? Right. That's a whole nother conversation. But how old is too old?
Right.
Yeah, see, some of the people that haven't learned that either. That is age that's too old, But still, the bottom line is you're not doing the same things that you used to do. Your interests have changed. Sometimes distance. I have a friend that I grew up with, and we're friends to this day. But like when we graduated high school, she went to the Army and I went to college. She went to Germany. I'm in Union, But when she got out, while she was in the Army, she got married. She moved out of state. So, but we still, every time we're together, it's just like I saw her yesterday. We are the best of friends. We call each other, we text, we FaceTime, whatever, and I don't feel like our friendship have changed over the years because our distance have changed. Even though our circumstances are different, I don't love her any less. And I know she don't love me. I feel like she don't love me any less either. She's, my rock. She's my friend. She's been there for a long time. And I've also had friends that I met and we clicked right away. And then all of a sudden one day they just don't call no more, and you calling them, and they've gotten into circumstances that they know you not into. So they avoid you, and that's the thing that hurt. I can respect somebody that said, you know what, Em, we've been rocking good, but right now I'm hanging out with this person right now. Then I can understand that. But when I call you, you can't call me back. You block my number. Your phone always busy. That's a problem for me. That's a problem. Like I said before, my father taught me a dog will wag his tail. You know what I'm saying? And I'm careful on who I consider my friend. friendship is a strong word. That's a strong relationship. You have friends and you have acquaintances, and you have to be able to distinguish who's your friend and who's your acquaintance, and sometimes it takes a hardship to learn who's your friend and who's your acquaintance. And people who you thought was your friend, they will show you. You can't believe what people say. They show you who they are. When people show you who they are, like Maya Angelou say, when people show you who they are, believe them. Believe them. And that's how you can determine what type of friendship you have. Because if I'm in love with Lady B and she's not in love with me, that's not no friendship. That's an obsession.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And we need to be able to distinguish the difference.
That's good.
Good. That's
Right.
good.
So true. So true. Very good. All right, other queens, Queen Jock, Queen Nye, Queen Shay. You guys have any input on this topic today?
I don't have I have girlfriends, but I don't see them often like I want to. And I want to get away from the whole, I don't want to say church world, because they believe in God. They believe there is a God. But when I want to get away and don't talk about church, I get with them. And it's just like a sense of relief. We may not talk every day, but when we come together, it's like we never missed. And like Emma said, that word is thrown around so easily lately without even knowing the true definition. Because if you are my friend, whether I stab you in the back or whether you stab me in the back, I'm not going to say, well, she did this and she did that. He did this and he did that. You're my friend to the end. That's if you are my friend. So I think people need to understand what level friendship you were.
Yeah.
There are different levels. There are acquaintances, there are close friends, there are intimate friends, there are casual friends. So you need to know what level of friendship we are.
That's good. That's good.
You might be my best friend. My best friend, I haven't seen her in years, but we are still best friends. I still consider her my best friend. So yeah, I think that word is thrown around too easily. Just like that sister, that bro stuff, it's thrown around too easily. And we need to start understanding what is the true meaning of friendship. What is the true meaning of me calling you my sister, calling you my brother? Because if I feel that I can call you that, you should feel privileged. You should feel important, because a lot of people don't let you in. Some people you're gonna give them some information, you're not gonna give them everything, because you have to watch as well. God said watch as well as pray. So you have to watch the people that you bring into your area, into your circle, into your environment, to see if those people are worthy to go to that next level, to be called friend. And that's it.
Becky, I think that was a really good breakdown.
Especially
I love
with the
that
different
you said
levels.
level of yes. When you say level of friendship, it made me think, because that does determine a lot of things. What's your level of friendship with that person?
That's right.
So yeah, I think that's wonderful. That was a good way to put it.
So can I ask you ladies a question? Do you think you can develop a friendship like in your late age, like say for instance a friendship at work? Do you think you can develop a friendship, or is that like, okay, that's my coworker, we're just coworkers, as we just happen to work 8 hours and we're just coworkers? So what do you think with that?
Even with that, you gotta be careful, because I have a couple of people at work that I consider a friend, but you even have to be careful with that, because they can be trying to get your job, trying to get inside information to get you fired. Everybody has a motive. Everybody. Yeah. So you just have to be careful.
I think you can develop friendships later in life. I think you can develop friendships later in life. I trust you till you prove yourself untrustworthy, and you might not develop your friendship at work, so to say. You may tend to, keep those people a little more distant. But I have developed friendships at work, and since I've retired, a lot of the young ladies and the people on my job who were my friends at work, we still communicate. We're still friends. We're still buddies and pals. And I've had some acquaintances at work that turned out to be really good friends. They support you in things that you do. They encourage you. They tell you when you're wrong, because your friend is not the person that's always going to be your yes girl or your yes guy. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at friendships with people who will tell you, you know what, that was jacked up. That was wrong. I can respect those kind of friends, and those friends make a difference. You know, you don't necessarily always have to be so cautious. Sometimes you still have to watch. I agree with you, Jock. You still have to watch people and how they treat you. You know, but I think you could develop friendships on a job and stuff.
So I do definitely agree about the levels of friendship. I have had male friendships and women friendships that actually went left. I had best friends that I grew up with, and we're no longer best friends. But when it comes to friends, to me, friends are like the family that you choose for yourself. So I really enjoy friendship. I love friendship. But I have friends that like I grew up with in my childhood, and we call each other cousins. I have friends I grew up with in my childhood, and we grew out of each other. And it's no love lost. It's just when I see you doing the same things, you know, I just had to move on. I have friends that I met at work, like y'all said, and those are like, I even have a work bestie, but they become family. My college friends turned out to be like lifetime friends. And then I have a best friend that been my friend for over 15 years. So it's just like, I love friends. I love friendships, but the friendships that actually hurt in the past were like, when it comes to the men that I thought was like my best friends and all of that, it turns out they like me. And then when it comes to the friendships, I look back at like the women, I just think we were young, lack of communication, or things that if we were older, we probably were like, all right, it wasn't that serious. Those kind of friendships. But right now, my friendships that I have, I'm comfortable. Most of us is beautiful. We try to encourage each other, and we tell each other when we're wrong. I definitely have like, you know, the church family, they're friends, but they're also family. And then I got like, I say the secular friends. So it's good to have balance, but as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do and you guys are encouraging each other, I think friendship is beautiful.
All right. Very nice, ladies. Come on, Dub Club. Come on, Queen Shay. I want to hear your input on friendship.
It's friendship for me. I've learned so much about myself through friendship. T asked me a few episodes ago, what did I learn? What was the biggest lesson I learned in the pandemic? And I learned a lot about how, I talked about the love journey that I had to go on, the lessons I had to learn. And through my maturation period, I really discovered that I held on so tightly to people that I called best friend and close friends and things like that, to the point where I had them on a pedestal. And I realized that once I put those people on that pedestal, I had such a high expectation of who I wanted them to be and who I felt like they should have been to me because of who I felt like I was to them. And so once they, they make a mistake or, something happens, because, friendships, they go through trials and tribulations as well. Once those hard times would come, I would if those things would really hurt me so deeply because I had such a high expectation of these people in my life. And I realized that, you say that these are your best friends and close friends and things like that, but you're holding them in a place that you shouldn't, because it's almost as if it's a possessive thing. You become possessive of those people instead of them just you allowing them to be people and grow and learn and just be themselves. And people are going to make mistakes, and people are, we're going to go through hard times and things of that nature, but it shouldn't, those things that I was holding them to shouldn't make or break, the friendship. There are some people that grow out of your life, like you said, like it was said, people are there for seasons. And so I really had a hard time letting friendships go because I held on to them so tightly. And I realized that I don't love you any less just because I take you off that pedestal, or just because, I don't call you best friend. I stopped giving people titles. After I learned the title is what really holds them in that place, and you're putting people in a box with those titles. Do I love you any less because you don't have that title of best friend or brothers? No, my friends, they're my family. All of my friends are close to me, and even the ones that I don't see often, the ones that live in different countries, different states, you know, they're still my friend. Are some closer than others? Yes, but I don't put titles on people because that's me putting a restriction on them and putting a level of expectation that they can't fall short of, or, you know, I'm just heartbroken, you know? So I've learned a lot about how to steward friendships and how to deal with people properly. So friendship hurt, I've been through a lot of it. I've been through a lot of it throughout my life. But it's really taught me how to deal with myself and deal with people. And so I don't, you know, I count it all joy. I really do. I think that it's important to take the life lessons for what they are and not allow them to, you know, damage you or damage your perspective, your perception of people, and you know, all people are the same and boys are the same, women are the same. Everyone's not, you know, everyone's not the same. Everyone's not your enemy. Everyone's not out to get you. You know, some friendships just expire. But if you can't find the beauty in each friendship that you no longer have, then you realize maybe those friendships were toxic and maybe they weren't for you. And that's a lesson in itself. So there's always a silver lining to take from every situation that you find yourself in. And so I've learned to take the lessons from all of the friendships that I have, all of the friendships that I had, all of the friendships that, you know, just didn't work out. So friends are super important to me, but even the friendships that I no longer have are important because they were a part of my journey to get here. So,
well, I have a good question. I'm very jealous, guys, of you guys that had BFFs. And
Listen, mine's crazy.
We
can share it. No, I'm teasing.
I want somebody to explain to me what is considered a BFF, because, you know, I'll just go back. I had to go back in my memory a little bit. I thought I had a BFF at one point in time, but at the same time, I felt like especially in that particular relationship, I was giving more of me than that person was giving to me. Like, I can't pour into you all the time and you don't pour into me. So I'm like, when people say, you know, this is my BFF, I'm like, okay, what is that? You know, I want to know. So I want somebody to tell me, what is a BFF?
Well, can somebody tell me what's the difference between a best friend and a sister, or a best friend and a brother? Isn't that like the same? Is it like a thin line? Or like for me, I got my best friend is also my sister.
I don't hold people to forever anymore.
Okay.
You know, because that goes back to holding on to things too long. Everybody's not meant to be forever. So, you know, it's just hard. It's hard to determine who is to be there forever, because when that friendship ends, it's like, oh my God, like, oh, my heart is being pulled out my chest, right? But I do think that best friends and people that are closest to you, you talk to them about any and everything. There's such a transparency to those relationships, such a vulnerability and honesty to those friendships. And I think it's definitely a two-way street. I think the same energy that you put in, you feel like you're getting back. It's a symbiotic relationship to the point where both parties are benefiting in the same way, and it's healthy. It's not codependent. It's not toxic, because a lot of that happens in best friendships too, to the point where I feel like I can't live without you. I can't, you know, where you at? I ain't heard from you in 3 days. No, relax. It's okay. You know, still friends. We still good, you know? But I think there's just a level of closeness and a level of vulnerability to those friendships that make it, you're my best friend. You're somebody that you know, second in command. You're right there. But we have to be really careful with those friendships that it's not codependent and we're not looking to them for every single thing, you know. So, but I think that's the difference. As far as best friends and sisters, you know, those titles, they just get tricky. I really, honestly, it's a title. I think it's all, like I said, my friends are my family. So I think people just say that so they don't make it seem as though they have so many best friends or so many friends. Like, oh no, you're not my best friend, you're my sister. It's like, okay, that's, you know.
Well, the Bible
sometimes
says,
like
in order to have
sisters
friends,
are under best friends. Like it's like best friend first, and it's, you know, my sisters. But it's like all that ranking. It's like, okay, all
People
right,
be teasing
y'all,
me.
y'all
They
my
swear I got
sisters.
like 6 best friends. Everybody swear I got like 6 best friends. Like, that's my best friend. That's my best friend. That's my sister. But in reality, I really do have more than one best friend. And one best friend, you know, basically like back when we was in college, we was doing everything together because we was on campus together. But my other best friend, I hardly saw her. But when we talk, it's like, you know, we never missed a beat. So like, your best friend is basically someone who's closest to you. You can be yourself. Y'all tell each other when y'all wrong. You there for each other when y'all need them. Y'all can grow together, even build together. Not like a relationship, but, you know, basically a friendship and also family.
So what happens when your man or your girlfriend becomes supposed to be your best friend? What do you do with your other friends?
Well, you mean like for me, like if I get a man and then my male best friend, not my friend anymore, or are you talking about just friends in general?
Because your significant other is supposed to be your best friend, right?
So does that eliminate all my male friends?
That's what I'm asking.
No.
I think that's how it's supposed to be.
But some men can't take that. Then like
then you cannot be my man.
Yeah.
You can't be my man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah. I don't think because you have a man that it should eliminate who you have as friends that's been there since the beginning. You should be able to take your man around your friends and it shouldn't be a problem. And they should be able to relate to each other. My one of my good friends is a male, like I said, and I'm friends with his girlfriend. So I mean, we don't have a problem with that. My thing is, if there is a problem, then there's a issue that you need to deal with. Somebody's liking somebody.
But you know what? The Bible says in order to have friends, you must first show yourself friendly. The Bible does not give you a level of friendship. Your best friend, your best, your BFF, you know, my ride or die. You know, the Bible don't give you that. The Bible says in order to have friends, you must first show yourself friendly. So to even distinguish because who's your BFF today might not be your BFF tomorrow. And your BFF, you can have a best friend in certain sections. You know, Nigeria was saying she got a best friend from college and she got a best friend, you know, that she knew before that. You know, a lot of us have best friends or friends that we've had or friends that we've known for a long time. You know, it depends on your relationship. You have to first show yourself friendly. In order to have friends, you must first show yourself friendly. That's scripture. That's scripture. And so you really can't, some people, like you said, you show yourself friendly, and then some people come in for a reason, some people come in for a season, and that's how you distinguish who's your BFF, because who your BFF today might not be your BFF tomorrow. You understand? And as far as sisters go, me and my sister, we really close too. But I wouldn't necessarily say my sister was my BFF because we're so different. You know what I'm saying? But she my ride or die. I would say that. Anything I want, need, have to have, you know, when I'm depressed, when I'm sad, I could go to my sister with. You know, when I'm short on money, I could go to my sister. When I need a place to stay, I could go to my sister. But we don't always hang out together because we were 5 years apart. So we didn't get to be friends until we were both adults. So how do you determine, you know what I'm saying? How do you measure that type of friendship? I could say right now she's my BFF because if in a crisis, she's the first one that I would go to. But if I was having some other issues going on, some other situations going on, I might not go to my sister. I might not go to her. You know, where Tansy and Thais, they go to each other back and forth like that. That's how their relationship works. You have to measure for your own self how you determine who your BFF, who your best friend. You know, as long as, you know, you want to have friends, you present yourself friendly. That's what the Bible says. That's how you work that out.
Nice, nice. I guess I'll chime in, right? Since I haven't answered any, I haven't really shared my take on friendship and everything. Tracy, to just touch on what you asked, I'm sorry, Queen T, to touch on what you asked, I'll say you'll know when it's your best friend. For me, everybody's different. Everyone's expectation and definition of a best friend is different. For me, I think a best friend is one who has survived everything that we said today that normally ends a friendship. Like when you survive growing from teenagers to your 20s and 30s, when you survive the different stages in life and you're still able to be friends, I think then it's safe to say, like, you know what? And again, not just surviving, but being there for each other. If I'm loyal to you, you're loyal to me. If I'm an ear to you, you're an ear for me. You know, in my time of this, like me and my best friend of 20 plus years, we had a fist fight before. I'm talking about we was friends then. We was like late teens or something, and we fought. And it was over something crazy. I know she watching. Hey, Quana. And I know but we share this often on social media. Like I was doing her hair and she liked the way it was coming out and she pushed my hand down. I was like, why you do that? And then it did one thing led to another. And we really started fighting each other. It's funny now, but in an hour or two, we laughed about it. We was kids. And at the end of the day, I think when you hit like hardships, you really sit back and you think, just like in relationships, when you're in a relationship with a man, you think, does the good outweigh the bad? Like, what am I gaining here? Well, what is this friendship all about? It should be adding value to my life. And we've been best friends since sophomores in high school. We knew each other in middle school. We've been friends since sophomore. So like with every growing stage of my life, she fit. You know, and I think that we kept an open line of communication. I think the hard conversation, when you can have a hard conversation with your girl and y'all can still be tight, you know you got a good thing there because everybody can't handle the truth. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. I need to hear it. So for me, I think it's survival and it's loyalty and it's give or take. A friendship is just like I like to say, I look at it like I look at a relationship. It's like a marriage. Like if we're going to be friends, let's really, you know, everybody want that title. Everybody wants you to call them best friend, but they ain't willing to put the work in. Let me say, my best friend check on me all the time. I'm not saying, because I have some close friends and best friends that we don't talk forever. They've been my friends for 20 plus years. All of my girlfriends have been my friends all of my life. So I have a set of girlfriends. It's like the three of us, we could not talk in like years. When we get together, like y'all, some of y'all shared already. It's like we never skipped a beat. We laugh and we joke. We have a dinner. Nobody's mad that nobody called this person on this day. Right. We just know what it is. And we've been friends since before me and my best friend. So it's like, it depends. It depends. But I also agree. I think you guys share how you should know when to let go. Because a friendship could be just as toxic as a bad relationship. Know when to let go. Know when it no longer serves you. Like all of that. And it's hard because I get attached to people. I get attached. I be like, oh no, I gotta let such and such go. Yeah. Like if God is saying, no, this ain't for you no more. And just to touch on a coworker thing, y'all all know Daphne. Y'all all know we close. Daphne started out as my coworker. We worked at the same job. And this particular day is so funny because we both ate our lunch in our cars. I'm the type of person, I can be cool with you on the job, but when it's lunch hour, I don't want to be here. I'm going to my car to eat. Like I need that hour to press reset and come back and finish the rest of this day. But just so happened something was wrong with both of our cars that day. So we in the lunchroom and God was just like, ask if she go to church. And I'm eating my food like, come on, you gonna do this now, God? You know, I speak to you during awkward moments. He like, ask if she go. And I was like, do you go to church? And she was like, oh my God, I'm looking for a church home. And the rest was history. Wow. And we going back to 2015. The rest was like, I have a church. I want you to come, you know, visit. I ain't gonna pressure you to join. But it blossomed into a beautiful sisterhood. Like it's so beautiful. And I know it's what God wants for my life. So it's possible, you know, it's possible. But like we said, if God say so, then it's going to be whatever's meant to be, friendship, relationship, whatever, it's going to be. So that's,
and we love that. We love that.
I know you guys
we love you. Yeah, really do. It's a beautiful sister. Love it. Even you, of course, your best friend, but it's just beautiful. It's beautiful to see.
Oh,
but
thank
baby,
you, girls.
I wanted to touch on the part where you said, you know, you get attached to people, because that was really my experience. Very attached. My friends know, if y'all watching, love you long time. But I had to learn a lot of lessons with that, you know. And one of the lessons that I learned was detachment doesn't necessarily mean you love people or things and value them any less. It just means that you're loving wisely now.
Right.
Because if you love a thing or you love a person, let that person or that thing be what it is and still love them in their many forms. I think friendship falls short and falls apart when we don't love people in all of their forms. You got to love them in their good and their bad, their ugly, their dark, their light, you know, all of that, and know how to love them through it, and, you know, deal with yourself in their times, and not to take, you know, their shortcomings and their bad times personally, as if it's an attack on you, an attack on your friendship. It's their story, their journey, and you just have to love them along the way. So detachment doesn't necessarily mean like, oh girl, like, you know, more is over, like, be done.
Right, that's true.
You know, you're loving, we are supposed to love wisely, not much. It's supposed to be, you know, I have this amount of love for you, and it's not going to change no matter the season that you're in. And even if we're not friends anymore, I still have to love you outside of that. So the love is, you know, it never changes. And if it dies, then you need to reevaluate it, you know? So
let me ask a question to everybody. If I may, ask a question. Have you ever tried to befriend somebody, and no matter how hard you try to be their friend, they was something in their spirit and something in your spirit that just didn't mesh, and you no matter what you said or what you did or what age you were, you tried to be friends with somebody and it didn't work for you? How do you handle that?
Say that again.
You know, you try to be friends with somebody, and you know, you go out your way to try and be nice and friendly, and they still give you, you know, a cold shoulder, or, you know, how do you deal with that?
Speak from a distance. From
Yeah,
now
leave
on.
it alone.
I would say after a few attempts and it's just like not the same energy in return, it's just kind of like, I mean, I've never done it. I don't like rejection, and I don't like to feel like I'm unsure about something. I mean, but that's a great question, Queen M, because some people, just because you're friendly doesn't mean you want to be my friend. You know what I mean? And I've thought a lot of people that and to return, I found out didn't think much of me. I'm like, really? Like, prime example, it was this lady, I don't know if this is in topic or out, but it was somebody that I looked up to, like a woman of God. I was like, oh, I can't wait to read her post. And she was sharing her good accomplishment. And the other day I was like, I ain't seen no post from such and such in a while. Child, I went on her page and she unfriended me. I was like, my little feelings was hurt. Like, I wasn't trying to be her friend personally, but I got things from her. Like, I'm not denying her anointing or anything like that. I'm just saying, I guess it was something about my timeline. She was like, oh, I can't get with it. But I was like, oh, that pinched a little bit. Like I said, I didn't want to be in her personal life, but I looked at her as a Facebook friend that I can go to for good energy, you know, like her page and things she shares. So I said all that to say, if we're going to tie it into personal interactions, you just got to know, like, once that person show you a few times, like, no, I'm really not interested in being your friend, but I'm going to be cordial to you every time I see you. From there, it's like, all right, I tried.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I mean, you know, I'll try and be your friend a couple of times. Like I was telling you about the young lady that I would speak to every morning, and it dawned on me she wasn't speaking to me back.
Right.
I would still be cordial, but I don't have to be your friend. I come from a really large family. I don't have to be. I got enough cousins that I could be friends from all ages. Yes. You know, cousins, nephews, nieces, grands, great grands. You know, I don't have to be your friend. You know. I think it's nice because the Bible says in order to have friends, you must first show yourself friendly. I think it's nice to show myself friendly, but I'm not going to bend over backwards to be your friend.
Right.
I'm not going to bend over backwards to be your friend.
That's right.
And I don't care who it is, you know. I don't care who it is. I try to get along with people, but you keep showing me who you are. Trust me, I believe you. And I know how to back up real good. I ain't get to be this age being no fool.
I know that's right.
I know how to back up real good. You want to act
too.
crazy? I can act crazy from a distance.
I had to grow up too. Like back in the day, I say back in the day, like it was a long, long time ago. When I was in college, I thought I had a lot of friends. You know, we was in the clubs. They already knew that I knew a lot of promoters, or I had a lot of friend promoters, and we was getting VIPs and stuff and all of this, right? Then I just had a little shift in my life. I said, no more clubs for now. So then I'm like, yeah, all my friends, they still hit me up and all of that. The friends that were really my friends would still hit me up, but those ones from the club, they hit me up to say, oh, you come to the club this weekend? They hit me up about nothing else. They hit me about just the club. So I'm like, okay, maybe those really wasn't my friends. And then shortly after that, my grandma had passed away. And I'm like, okay, these club friends didn't hit me up at all. And the ones that wanted to hit me up and be there for me, those were friends. And then I was mad at some people that I thought were my friend, you know, you grieving and everything. And it turns out that some people just don't deal with grief right. So I really couldn't fault them. So it was just like, you know, I was in the middle at that point. At that point, I was feeling like this. If you wasn't at my grandmother's funeral, or if you ain't checking me that whole week, I don't know you no more. That's how I was feeling at the time. But I learned that I can't be like that because, you know, people.
Not everyone handles it well.
Yeah, they don't handle it the same or as you want them to handle it.
Right. That's a good point.
I have a question, ladies. Do you think it's healthy to get into a business relationship with your friend, with your best friend?
If she's a businesswoman like me, let's rock out. But if you don't have those qualifications, no, sis, I hate being embarrassed. You're not about to embarrass me. No.
You know, they be saying, they be like, don't do business with family and all of that. And I don't know if that's true. How y'all feel about that, doing business with family? Same thing as friends, right?
Right, yeah.
I really think it depends on the situation.
I heard this scenario where this person was saying that the reason that they don't like to do business with family or friends is because the family or friend expect a discount. So
entitlement.
Right? You're a caterer, and you know you go to John Joe come to you, and you charge him $1,000 for your catering services. When your family members come to you, they feel like you should only charge them $500, but it's costing you the same amount to do the $1,000 for a stranger that is costing them. I heard this thing that say the best thing to do is to treat your family and friends like you treat any other business partner. That's how come, you know, when you meet people who have their own business, you pay them what they ask for. Don't be expecting no discount. You know what I'm saying? You're like, no, you know, I'm going to pay you what it costs you, what you charge. My brother used to always charge my sister one amount and charge me a different amount. So, cause my brother could do floors really good, right? But my brother always had the concept that I didn't have no money. And I don't care if you have that concept because I don't have no money, you know. But my brother would give me this really low price and he would charge my sister like almost double. So then he would get mad and be like, yeah, I gave you that low price. I said, yeah, but I paid you what you asked me for. You know, so now if as a business person, you reduce your price for your friends or because you think somebody can't afford it, that's a whole nother line of work.
Right.
You know?
Queenz, you was about to say something. What you was about to say?
Girl, I forgot. But no, I'm just playing. I was gonna say the same thing that Emma was saying. I've heard that saying that you don't do business with your family or your friends, and that's why a lot of times people take you for granted. And like they want special favors, they don't want to pay the same price. So yeah, I was gonna say pretty much the same thing she was saying.
But are they really friends if they're not supporting you at 100%?
I'm sorry, say that again.
My question is, are they really your friend if they not trying to support you 100%? Like if I'm selling t-shirts, well, Lady B, if you sell t-shirts and your t-shirt is $30 and your friends say, oh, let me get it for $15, how would you feel? Is that really a friend, or you think they just trying to get a discount?
I have the opposite problem. I try to cut everybody a deal. I took a lot of losses last year in my business because I was mindful of like what people could afford and I didn't want to run anybody away. So I don't think, I mean, I get your take on that and that's an awesome, you know, way to look at it because you're like, yeah, if you're my friend, if you really support me, if this is for $50, don't not pay it. And if you go to the Walmart, you will get this by whoever, whatever brand and you would pay 100 for it. So don't do that to me because I'm not in the main stores yet on the shelves. I get that, but I try to cut too many people breaks. So I'm probably the wrong one to chime in on that.
Yeah, but
you know,
I'm the
sometimes
type of person, I'll tell you what you ask for. You know, I think that it's important to support Black businesses. I think it's important to pay the price because listen, I like nice stuff. And if you got nice stuff, I'm gonna buy your nice stuff. You know, now I'm not gonna pay full price for some t-shirt that's not gonna, you know, work. You know, you put it in the wash machine one time and you take it out. You got 97 holes in it. I got a problem that you don't have to worry about me supporting you no more. But if you got good quality stuff, you know, I think it's good to support Black businesses. I think you should pay what the person is asking for, pay what it's worth, because you're paying for their professionalism, materials, design, you know, whatever it is that they needed to do. We have to support Black businesses. I support you, Lady B.
Thank you, Queen. Ladies, I have a closing question too. Go ahead and finish what you was gonna say, Queen T. But
I was just gonna say quality of work. Even if you're my friend, give me the same quality of work that you would give somebody else.
That's
who you
right.
Don't know.
That's right.
And that's the thing too, because people might try to take advantage of that and not give you the same quality. It's like I'm a paying customer too, so give me the same quality. So I think it could be tricky with the friendship and business thing.
Yeah, me too.
I just want to say this real quick. I got a Verizon phone. So when I was getting me a new iPhone, I knew my friend had worked there. So I'm like, yeah, let you get this little deal off of me. And then I get this, show like, which one you want and all this. I said, oh, you doing too much. Never mind. I'm going to your coworker. And it got like that. Like she was being all like, okay, I know you know me, but come on, be a little professional now.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
like, nah, which one you want, girl? I got you.
It was good.
I'm like,
what you need?
And then I just seen her. I'm talking to another customer, like, hey, would you like this? I was like, what? I was mad. But I still bought the phone, you know. I got over it.
Ladies, I want to
wait, it's creepy. You must don't get a discount when you get friendship. You don't get the discount. Like you get the business part of it, you don't get a discount. But you're gonna be friends. I can come at you any kind of way, like, girl, what you need? It's like, I'm gonna give you a discount, we'll hook you up. You know.
I don't get no discount. I just got the what's good, girl? Which one you want?
All right. So in closing, I guess I don't know if all of us will have the opportunity to share on this closing question, but how do you ladies feel about when you're one of your close friends is friends with somebody you don't like or you don't care for?
Oh yes, you still be that friend.
But we gotta get this over.
I see that being Oh, go ahead. That's good.
Does it bother you? Because for me, I'll share this quickly. Like, I don't judge people by your experience with them. I judge them by my experience with them. So I may be a friend of someone that my best friend is like, I don't know about her, but I'm like, so how do you ladies feel about that? I'm closing with some
I just want to say real quick, Queen B, I agree with you. It has happened to me. I've had friends of people that I might not particularly like, but not just don't like for a reason. Like, she's sneaky, or you can't trust her, whatever it is. And I'm like, but I can't say nothing. That's not my place, because my relationship with that person might be different than their relationship with that person. So I just let them live. Eventually they come around, but at the end of the day, sometimes I've seen that to be a problem with people I try to be friends, and their best friend is like, oh, like she trying to steal my friend. No, we're just all friends. Like, I'm friends of hers, and you're a friend of hers. I don't know. So I agree with you, Queen B.
Well, I will be honest. When I was younger, if I had a friend and she liked somebody I didn't like, okay, you're done. But as I grew older, I think
that's so juvenile.
But now that I'm
so
older,
juvenile.
Now that I'm older, I'm just like, all right, my friend, she likes to pull somebody. I don't really kick it with them like that. But it's because of my own reason. I just don't like friends with this. It's one of my friends. I know for sure she don't like this friend of mine, but she's trying to fill her out or whatever. So turns out when we all came together, they started liking each other. Now me, I have someone that I didn't like for a certain reason, and my friend automatically didn't like her, and I felt bad because she didn't even give the girl a chance. So I don't know. It's a hit or miss with me. Right. But I think as being grown and mature, you shouldn't not like someone just because your friend don't like them. You should actually fill them out, and if you have a situation with them, then you shouldn't like them.
Right.
I'm the
Right.
one that, for me, I'm the one that the friends don't like who I associate with. So I just try to keep them separate. Or I just try to encourage, like, come on, guys, just one event, you can get through it. So I'm usually
Oh,
the
so you
one that
saying you're the middle friend, like
I'm the
one
middle.
somebody always don't like somebody.
I'm always the middle friend. Always.
Oh.
Always got to give a pep talk before an event, you know. So I'm always the middle friend, and I'm always trying to encourage them, like, come on, it's only one event. It's for me. Just try to get through it, and let's just go. That's it.
Queen Jack, we know that's to be the truth, but that's how she do it. She do it with that serious look and come on, y'all, let's just get it together. We're friends, you know. You ain't gotta be friends. Just one even, just for me. Yeah, that's
Right.
That's her. We know that's the truth.
All right. Any
For
other
me,
queens got their take on that?
For me, I just
Grateful.
I just stay my distance. If my friend has a friend, which he does, that I don't too particularly care for, I just, stay my distance. I don't say anything to him negative about this person or anything. I just keep my peace and just leave it alone.
Because we all know that Queen Ty has a male best friend.
Yes.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Queen M, Queen Shay, and Queen Tans. We got enough time to hear from you guys. What's your take on that?
Oh wait,
How
I
you
have
feel?
one real quick question. What about those friends who, like, I have a friend that, like, well, I have a best friend that if I get another friend, she like, whoa, yeah, you can't be calling her best friend. Like, what kind of, you know?
Oh, jealous?
Kind of jealous.
Jealous, right?
And then I got friends that they wasn't even cool. I introduced them and now they cool. I'm just like, all right, bye, y'all.
Oh, and they forgot about you?
Whatever. Got a lot of little situations.
Tan.
Oh.
Well, I'm closing out, so I'll,
Oh, okay.
Shay.
I was just gonna say, I think in all those situations, people just have to learn to be mature and steward each other correctly. I think it's all a learning curve that people have not possessed yet because their emotions and their territorial ways get in the way. So I just think everybody just has to learn to love and be mature in those situations and just love people for who they are, girl. That's it. Friendship just gets so complicated. You be like, oh my God, please just shut up. Stop talking to me. But you just like you gotta work. You gotta work through those things and work through them wisely. And it'll save everybody the headache. It really will.
Queen Shay sound like, can we just get along? Can we just get along?
Yeah. And this is like, we're always gonna be with people we don't necessarily deal with. Like, for instance, we got people in ministry we don't really like to kick it with, people at work, people in like our family. So it's like, suck it up and get over it.
Right. Queen M, come on, give us a little bit of that wisdom before we close out. How would you take that?
My wise saying is, I am too old for that nonsense.
Say that
I don't
now.
get into who like who, whether or not me and you friends, like I said, don't hurt to be cordial. That's my number one philosophy. It don't hurt to be cordial. Everybody don't have to be your friend. You can't depend on everybody. So, if you don't like me, I'm all right with that. You ain't got to smell my bad breath in the morning. You ain't never got to like me. I'm too old for that. That's some of them, some of those things. I don't cross that bridge because I've passed that. When you get to a certain stage in life, when you get to a certain age in life, you at the point where if you're not liking me, is not affecting me, you don't never have to like me. I'm all right with that. I got enough people who like me. So you don't like me, I'm okay. You're lost.
Right. All right. So you guys heard it here first. That was the Queen's take on friendship hurt and friendship in general. We thank you so much for checking in again with the Queens. We hope that it's something we share that you can take with you throughout your life. If you have a good friend, tell them you love them, tell them how much you appreciate them, and just, rock out with your BFF and all your close people in your life. All right, Queen Tans, we're going to turn it over to you to close us out.
Good job, Queen Lady B. Thank you so much for moving us through this. It was a wonderful transition. Hats off to you. Yes. Well, Queens, we thank you for such a wonderful exchange of ideas and thoughts. This was awesome. Good talk on friendship. And we all just pray that you did. I'll reemphasize what Queen Lady B said. We pray you got something from it. Make sure you give us questions, like, comment, and subscribe. Always send the questions to queenzquarters@gmail.com. And we also take your questions when we're on live too. We take the questions, believe it. And we're going to address those questions. We have not forgot about you. Make sure you support us on all our social media platforms. And next Wednesday, we will see you with a next topic. All right. So 6 o'clock, don't miss it. Always remember there is a king and a queen in you. You have experienced the Queen Quarters. Till next Wednesday.
Bye.